Hi, in continuation with my Beyond the Basics of the Intermittent Fasting Protocol, today I would be providing a few insights as to what you can do to get the maximum benefits of following an IF regimen. So, the IF regimen or the 16-8 regimen is the most common and popular one, which is thought to induce maximum fat burning and weight loss. So, like I said before, if you cannot initiate with the 16-8, please start with a 12-12, move on to a 14-10, which is better, and eventually, in a course of a few weeks to months, you will be able to achieve the 16-8 fasting regimen. So, what is the 16-8 fasting regimen? So, basically, over a period of 24 hours, a person fasts for 16 hours and has a feeding period of 8 hours. So, this 8 hours could be spaced between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. or 12 p.m. and 8 p.m., where you start your first meal at 10 a.m. and finish it exactly 8 hours later. So, the commonly asked questions would be, what can I take during my fasting period? How do I break my fast? And how and what and when can I eat during my feeding period? So, I will be providing a few basic insights in a guide on which you can take it up and individualize your own regimen. So, during the fasting period, no solid food is obviously allowed. So, you can take 0-calorie liquids, which is warm water, with apple cider vinegar, a detox water, black tea, black coffee, and green tea. My personal favorite would be green tea. And juices and tender coconut water again is not allowed because, like I said before, the basic concept in an IF would be to get the metabolic switch, which again, if you would pump in a bit of sucrose and fructose here and there in the form of fruit juices or tender coconut water, you're obviously not going to get enough of adipose tissue based fat burning or induced ketosis in your body. So the next question would be, how do I break a fast? So after a 16-hour period of fasting, your body is super receptive to whatever you put in. So take maximum benefit of it and eat mindful when you break a fast. So I would say you can start with a very light drink of lemon, ginger, and mint, or apple cider vinegar. Or right now, chia seeds and spirulina mix is again gaining a lot of popularity. So following the drink, do not eat for at least 20 to 30 minutes. And another wrong thing to do is, a lot of people think that since they are on a 16-hour fast, it's okay to probably order out a pizza or two biryanis because, again, anyway, you are going to be on a 16-hour fast. So that is absolutely wrong. Loading yourself with carbohydrates in the first meal after you break your fast can cause a lot of bloating, gastric issues, and it can be very detrimental to your health, and it can cause a lot of fatigue. So your first meal, which is again 20 to 30 minutes after that drink which I had recommended, should be a high protein, low carb with a moderate amount of fat. So I would suggest maybe 2 egg white omelets with a spinach smoothie, a bowl of vegetables which is stir fried or sauteed in ghee or butter or extra virgin olive oil or whatever oil you use. You can also include fish and chicken if you are a non-vegetarian, and try to avoid any form of high carbs like white rice or brown rice or even white bread in your first meal. If you want some amount of carbohydrates, you can either have a multigrain roti or maybe a slice of multigrain bread. So following your first meal or your breakfast, please do not eat anything for at least 3 hours if you can, because this is going to be beneficial in the long run. So 3 hours later, you can have a snack. Now, another commonly asked question is, what can we snack on? So this is a very good time to introduce carbohydrates into your feeding interval. So you can snack on fruits, popcorn, makhanas, roasted peanuts, boiled chana, etc. These are some of the snacks which can be permitted. So try and include 2 major meals and 3 small meals throughout the course of your 8-hour feeding interval. So your next big major meal or your dinner would be around 5:30 to 6:30. Say if you are doing a 12 to 8 intermittent fasting regimen. So at between 5:30 and 6:30, you can have your dinner, which this time should be a balanced diet. You can take a good amount of recommended carbohydrates. So you can just go in for brown rice or white rice with some roti or dal, and again a portion of vegetables or curd, or you could go for a multigrain pulao or idli dosa or whatever you want. So make sure this is against a balanced meal. You can include egg curry, chicken or fish curry in this meal. So after you finish up your meal by around 6 or 6:30, you have another 2 hour of a feeding interval left. So at that time, in case you are hungry, please listen to your body. It's not necessary that you should load yourself up with 2 meal and 3 snacks. If your body is fine, then it's okay. It's absolutely okay not to eat or snack. But if you still feel hungry, you can probably have a glass of milk with some turmeric and peppercorns thrown in, or you can have a bowl of vegetable soup. So ensure you have your last meal at least 2 hours before you wrap up your feeding interval. And after you have your feeding interval is closed, please make sure you don't go to bed at least 2 hours later. So these kind of small tips do help in a long run for you to ensure adequate weight loss, and you can definitely break that plateau of weight loss which you are trying to achieve. So please be mindful of what you eat. Processed food, junk food, salty food, diet sodas, carbonated beverages are absolutely not allowed if you are following an IF protocol. And I would address some more common questions which were raised by all of you. Can we take multivitamin supplements? Yes, definitely you can take it during your feeding interval. And somebody else had suggested that since he is working out, which I think is very good, because during any IF regimen, you can work out. You should follow whatever cardio or gym or swimming routine you normally do. Can you take BCAA and protein powder? Yes, you can go ahead and do that again within your feeding interval, not during your fasting interval, which again should be a 0-calorie intake interval in order to obtain the maximum benefits of fat burning and ketosis. And the other question I asked was, can people who are pregnant and lactating go ahead? I would say no. You please consult your gynecologist or nutritionist and then take a call. So please be mindful of what you eat. Make smart, healthy and nutritious food choices to gain the maximum benefits of your IF protocol. Thank you, and please do post your comments and queries. Thanks.